Here's the thing, burnout doesn't always look like, oh, I'm breaking down, I'm crying in bed, I'm wailing in the street. That's not what burnout always looks like. It can certainly look like I can't get out of bed, I can't move, but very often it happens in a very slow and insidious ways, and you become less and less connected to your sensory input. You become less sensitive altogether. You are essentially numbed out. Burnout can look a few different ways. Yeah, sometimes it is. I've hit the wall now. I cannot even type this email. If this is you, it's not something to play with. Stress it's a silent killer. I know because I suffered with high blood pressure at a really young age. It's not cute. Like this, they call it the silent killer. I had no choice but to go on my healing journey. I had no choice but to come out of the environment that was causing me harm. I hit rock bottom and I retrained, and I invested heavily in my healing and in my education. Now have my blood pressure under control, and I now feel connected to my purpose. I now enjoy the present moment. I know when I'm present. I still have bad habits. I still go at 100 miles an hour sometimes, sure. I still forget to do my meditation in the mornings, sure. But I absolutely will carve out time to give my body what it needs. But that only comes when you do the work to become a person who feels like you're deserving of that time, of that care, of that consideration. Because here's the thing, unless you work at the level of identity, you'll be doing a bit of meditation, a bit of yoga, and it will last a week, maybe 2, if you're really dedicated. And then lo and behold, you've gone back to old habits, because that's who you are. You're not someone who feels like you are worthy of consistent good treatment. You are someone who feels like you are bottom of the totem pole, who you are a helper. You're not really the main character. You are in a support role, and don't worry about me, as long as X, Y, and Z is done, as long as they're looked after. And if that's how you identify, guess what? You can go on all the healing, you can go on all the, yoga this and listen, love yoga, love Pilates, love breath work, it's all really important, but it's only going to be maintained if you've done the work at the level of identity, the shadow work. And respectfully, I know some of you all believe that you're therapists and you've got a YouTube degree, and go on with your bad self. The fact is, if you could have done this work by yourself, you would have done it already. You would have done it by now, because you've got about 4 YouTube degrees at this point. If you're going to shortchange yourself and try and go bargain basement with your mental health, by all means, literally no one is stopping you. But if you want a result, same way, if you want an onion, you go to the shop and you buy an onion. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? Again, it goes back to self-worth. If you don't feel like you're worthy of an investment to get the result, which is your life back, your mental health back, your sense of self back, then you'll stay in that. And it's not by force that you do this work. All I'm here to do is make the offer and talk to my own experience with this work. You're worth it. In my head, I'm going, oh my God, that's so obvious, so trite, but it comes back to that every time. And it's political, because as Black women, we've never been told that we're worthy. We've had to really go out and seek out our self-worth, because it's not a given. We're not the standard of beauty. We're not the princess that gets rescued in a castle in the film or in the video games. And that seeps into our our psyche, our understanding of self. So when we go on our healing journey, it's a radical choice. It's a rebellious choice. And I feel radical and rebellious every day. And I love that for me. I love that for me. People really can't stand how unapologetically, look, big hair don't care. Like, I don't have a boss, and that is by design, because you lot cannot come and kill me. It took for me to have a serious health crisis to go on this journey, and it has given me back self-worth that has allowed me to invest in not only my healing but also the training so that I can come and deliver this work. I want that for you. So if you're feeling like you're lacking purpose, you're off your path, you want to be doing more, you should be doing more, I wanted to do this for my community, we need you. But there's no skipping over. You need to have done your work to sustain being outside the system. You need to have done your work to sustain being inside the system, because when your sense of worth and validation comes from, see me, like me, look how hard I've worked, now will I get the recognition, now. Some people live their whole life like that. They resent it when other people are being promoted over their heads, and it makes them bitter and resentful. It would make me bitter and resentful. So there are ways that you can work on yourself so that even inside institution, you can learn to ground yourself, and your validation isn't coming from over there. Because here's the thing, if they've shown you time and time again that they're determined not to see your worth, that doesn't mean that that worth doesn't exist. It means that you need to go on a journey to seeking that out, because it's not a given, as I said earlier, because you'll pay thousands and thousands of pounds for degrees so that you get a bit of paper so that people say, well done, and then you still are being paid 25, 30 a year scraping by when you've got 14 degrees. Don't get me started on black women continuing to get educated so that they can be seen as, see, I am somebody, rather than just facing yourself, doing your work and deriving some real self-worth. And then by all means, do whatever the hell you want. But stop skipping over the very necessary piece, which is, at some point you got to face the music, yeah? At some point you got to do your healing work.